If you're finding it increasingly impossible to sign up clients through your Instagram account, then this is the video for you. It's getting harder and harder and harder to sign up clients for your coaching business. What you once had, that predictable acquisition machine through your Instagram, you would post results, you would post education, you would show what it was like to work with you. You would show up every single day and you had the motivation to do so because you would see a return from it. Now, the problem that a lot of coaches are now running into is that it's getting damn near impossible to sign up clients directly from your Instagram account. There's a few reasons as to why, which is what I'm going to go through on this video. And there's also a solution to get your Instagram account working for you again and produce the returns that you used to have, even and especially with a tiny follower account. But why on earth would you listen to me? My name is Josh Dexter. I help coaches start, build, and leverage their profits in their highly profitable solo coaching business into generational wealth. I started, grew, and exited an online fitness coaching company, sold that business for £250,000 when I was 24 years old. I then helped build a multi-million pounds business mentorship program, and I now run SoloCoach, which is a business coaching company for online coaches, currently producing £50,000 per month, most of it profit, and then I'm leveraging those profits into my family's future and showing everybody inside of that program how to do exactly the same thing. So a few years ago onwards, it was incredibly easy to sign up clients directly through Instagram. We would post on a day-to-day basis. We would have a call to action to book in a sales call, and we would close a percentage of those sales calls into our program. It was as simple as that. We just had to be consistent on one platform. We went all in. We would share a result and get a ton of inquiries. We would post something of value and get a ton of likes, comments, engagements, and shares. You'd put a story up and it'd get hundreds and thousands of views. But now those views on your stories have got less and less and less. The engagement is getting less and less and less. Your inquiries are damn near non-existent. And you sat back scratching your head wondering, I've not done anything differently. Therefore, you're losing motivation, you're losing the consistency on that platform, and you're scratching your head and you don't know what to do next. How are you going to get your business thriving again, producing the results that you once had? Now, here's the thing, coach. Instagram used to be a place where you could pick up clients very, very easily. You could communicate in the direct messages, build that trust, and get a client over the line, or get people booked in for sales calls. The system was simple, it was straightforward, it was easy. But now we're being hit with 10, 20, 100 direct messages every single day. We're seeing post after post after post. You've built this giant wall up in front of you because everyone's coming at you trying to sell you something. We've got our guards up. So now it's made it increasingly harder to sell directly through Instagram itself because every single person has their guard up. They know they're being sold to. Any conversation that you have, the person you're speaking to thinks that you're going to sell to them. So we've lost any form of genuine connection directly through Instagram. And no matter how many times you post on a day-to-day basis, how consistent you are, it's unlikely that you're going to get a flood of leads coming through the door. So here's what we have to do. We have to look at Instagram differently. Instead of this two-part process that has always worked in the past, post content consistently on Instagram, book a sales call, get a sale. This two-part process. Instagram is now a platform that has to be used very, very differently in order to get results from it. There was a study that Google actually implemented showcasing that a prospect has to watch at least 7 hours of you to trust you enough to buy from you, which means if you were going to rely on Instagram solely, you would have to post 420 reels that someone has watched consistently in order for them to trust you on that short form platform, which is a lot. We're coaches. We're not a fucking media company. So how do we get those 7 hours? How do we build that trust? Without this slog, without this trek to success, we have to change the pathway from interest to paying client. Instead of the two-part pathway that we've already mentioned, Instagram to sale. That's all you needed before. What me and my clients have discovered is you need a 4-part pathway to create a predictable flow of sales coming into the business without it feeling impossible. So let's break this down. Step 1 out of the 4-part pathway is, of course, your Instagram, but you've got to look at it differently. Now, your Instagram, your short form content should now be all about highlighting the problems that your audience faces. Now, it's really, really important that you understand your market in depth, in detail, because you're now going to use your Instagram not to sell at all. Don't even try to sell. You want to instead spark curiosity. You want to highlight problems and spark curiosity. That's all you need to do. All of the problems that your audience has, Get a big old long list of all of those little micro problems that your audience actually faces on a day-to-day basis and talk about them. Show understanding, spark curiosity, grab attention. And then all you want to do as soon as you've got that attention is send them to the next part of this process. That is it. So you want to be posting, continuing to post consistently on Instagram, 1 to 2 times every single day, highlighting problems, sparking curiosity, but then just sending them to the next part in this pathway. You're using Instagram now to fish instead of sell. Now, step 2 in this pathway is then your long form content. As we discussed, Google have told us that your audience needs to watch 7 hours of you. So instead of posting 420 60-second reels on Instagram to achieve that, get on YouTube or LinkedIn or Spotify. Choose the platform that your market hangs out on a long form basis. And you need to dedicate some time here because it's a lot easier to get that watch time on a long form platform through a YouTube video, through a podcast on Spotify as an example, than it would be on your Instagram. It's going to make your life easier in regards to converting sales. Analyze your Instagram from that fishing that you've been doing, highlighting all those problems. Which posts are getting the most engagement, having the most bites? Out of the ones that are getting the most bite, turn them into long form videos. Talk about them in more depth. Talk about the solution. Talk about the stepping stones to success. Similar to what I'm doing right now. This video was from me fishing on my own Instagram account. I know that coaches are struggling to sign up clients through their Instagram right now. Okay, that's a problem that is clearly very apparent. So I'm talking about it now on my YouTube. And this is what you need to do to combat this. I do exactly what I advise you guys to do, and it works. 1 to 2 times a week on your YouTube, you need to be posting the solution. You need to be coaching, showing your value and showing that you actually have something about you. You are a coach. I can trust this guy. He seems to know what he's talking about. These are the thoughts and feelings that you need to be getting across from your long form content. Solution driven from your long form content is what you want to aim for here, 1 to 2 times every single week. And then you want to send all of that traffic to step number 3. Now, step number 3 is either a lead magnet that you then have to nurture that audience with, or a micro offer, which is my preferable method. A micro offer is a short-term taster of a service working with yourself as a coach. Typically 2 to 4 weeks, and roughly 50 to 75% of what you would be charging normally on a month-to-month basis. But you're charging it out as a one-off investment. This gives your audience, now that they've seen your solution, they like what you've got to say, okay, this is now an opportunity for me to test drive this. I can give this a go without this big long-term commitment. I'm at a point now, I've watched over 7 hours of this guy. Okay, do you know what? I'm going to give this a go. What have I got to lose? It's not a long-term commitment. It's 2 to 4 weeks. It's a one-off investment. Yeah, let's give this a go. Creating an opportunity for you to show as a coach that you can do what you say you can do. So instead of going from content to a sales call to a high-ticket offer that you're trying to close, you've got a stepping stone in the middle. And therefore, you actually don't need any sales calls, which saves you a ton of time. Alternatively, you have a lead magnet on step 3, where you're giving away something of value for free, and then you want to nurture that person through that process. You want to provide even more value for an email sequence, an email flow. You want to check in with them. You want to hold them accountable. You want to help that person. And that is the key thing. Whether you have a lead magnet or a micro offer, the goal here is to help that person and produce some form of result. Again, proving that you can do what you say you can do. That's the whole point of this. And then as soon as you've done that, you can then present your core offer, your high ticket coaching offer, which is step 4. And you can do this through an invitation. So I've really enjoyed working with you over this 30-day period, if it was 30 days. I would absolutely love to continue working with you across the next 6 months, across the next year, however long your core offer actually is. So then you're personally inviting that person onto your core offer. Therefore, there's no need for a sales call because you've just proven that you can do what you say you can do. And if someone's already invested a little bit of money into you, a little bit of time into you, they're more likely to continue the momentum of doing that if they're getting the results from it. So you now produce this end-to-end flow, this predictable flow from Instagram to your long form, to your nurturing sequence, to your high ticket offer. It's a 4-step pathway to success, and it works incredibly well. So if you're struggling signing clients up from your Instagram right now, you find it damn near impossible to get results from your Instagram. You have to reframe your way of thinking about how to use that platform. And instead of trying to use it to sell, instead use it as this 4-part framework, the first step in this pathway to success. It's not the platform itself, it's now how you're using it. You have to change, you have to pivot the way that you're using it. Start using it correctly and you'll start getting the results that you're after. Now, I've walked through exactly what to do. If you now need help in regards to how to actually implement that and start seeing real results from that, and you want to build a highly profitable solo coaching business, no VAs, no team, you want to build a £50,000 per month plus highly profitable solo one-to-one coaching business, working less than 20 hours a week, then I'll show you how you can start getting results within the next 30 days. Yes, as quick as that. Click the link in my description and we'll kickstart your journey to success. I'll speak to you soon.